What did we agree on? What did we
Our love and grace, Father, we humble ourselves before you. We know that there's nobody in this world who can comfort us like you. You created us unique, and that there's nobody in this world who can stop the Holy Spirit to go. You are the controller of everything. You control us. Protect us, you guide us, you empower us. In the end time, we shall leave this world. We praise you for creating Honorable Angualia, Lois, Richard, in a unique way. He grew very well. You educated him very well. But accident caused his death in a time which we don't expect. It is you who always is the last final thing. You have taken the Holy Spirit This is the body which will go back to the grave. Before it goes, we praise your name, we honor your name. Then we are going to take his body in the council room, bless the day, until it is taken back home to be buried. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen.
Natulinde uhuru na amani, mila zetu na desturi zetu, jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuwajibike, tuimarike, umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu, viwandani na hata mashambani, tufanye kazi sote kwa makini, tujitoe kwa hali na mali, tujenge jumuiya bora, jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuwajibike, tuimarike, umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu.
Let's remain standing for the council of prayer. Almighty God, who in your infinite wisdom and providential goodness has appointed offices of leaders and councils for the welfare of society and the just government of humanity, we beseech you to look upon with your abundant favors these your servants whom you have been pleased to call to the performance of such important trusts in this land. Let your blessings descend upon them here assembled, and grant that they may, as in your presence, treat and consider all matters that shall come under their deliberation in so just and faithful manner, as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the good of those whose interests you have committed to their church. Amen. You may be seated.
Sunday Advocacy, will you come forward? Sergeant comes, bring one chair for Advocacy. Where is coming from? Mr. Clark, can you take us to the seconds of the paper?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, we are here for special council to pay tribute to late ambassador. The following are the items on the order paper. One is the anthem, short council prayer, which is concluded. Item 2 will be motion to adopt the order paper. Item 3, communication from the chairperson. Item 4, motion to receive the body of the late ambassador to lie in the council hall. Item 5, motion to lay wreath on the casket of the late ambassador. Item 6, motion to pay tribute to the late ambassador. Item 8, Item 7, motion to give last respect to our late Ambassador Angualia, Laos region. Item 8 is adjournment by singing national anthem. These are the items on the order paper.
Next item,
Motion to adopt the order paper.
motion. Proceed.
Thank you, the Right Honorable Speaker, the bereaved family, and the August House. I am Master Bazio Grace, the councillor representing the people of Ilivo and the Lagos sub-counties, moving a motion to adopt the order paper for our today's special council seeking to pay tribute our late Ambassador Angualia, Laos region. Big move.
Secondment. Proceed.
Mr. Speaker, sir, and the August House, Amaliko Alice, workers representative, I second the motion being moved. Thank you.
You're most welcome. Next item,
Moving to item 3, communication from the chairman.
the LC5 chairman of Maracha District Local Government and the members of the District Executive Committee, the honorable members of the August House, the honorable member of Parliament for Maracha constituency, the office of the Residence Commissioner Maracha, Arua City, the Chief Executive Officer and the members of the Technical Planning Committee, the NRM Chairman, and the entire NRM structure of the district, our LC3 chairpersons of the local government councils, and the members of the technical team, the entire stakeholders of Maracha, led here by Akofe Maracha, who is present here tonight in this council, the bereaved family, the media fraternity, ladies and gentlemen, on this unfortunate day, I invite you for this special council sitting to pay tribute to His Excellency Ambassador Angualia, Laos Richard, and the comrade. You are all most welcome. On my way to Maracha, as I arrived opposite to the hospital gate, I received a call. I stopped to receive this call. The message I got was initial that one of the persons with whom we stood in NRM Party primaries had accident and passed on. My heart was broken. Before I could speak, a gentleman within town pulled the phone and saw for me the graphic pictures of what happened. And that is that I was able to see my brother full of blood and recognized him in an unexpected, sudden mode of death, which claimed his life. Colleagues, I knew a late way back, 2011, when he initially saw his interest to run for Maracha seat of parliament. He left us, we were in his team, we worked with him, we tried, and we lost the elections. I know him as a unique person. When the late Honorable Angualia lost the elections, the money which another party gave him, he not used all of them. He invited us to his home and he told us, look here, this was the money given to me for campaigns. I lost the elections and the money is here. Those of my colleagues with whom we were at that time, if you are present, can you rise up? I want you to be my testimony. Can you stand up? We were invited by these people. You can take your seats. He gave each person, I think, 105,000 cedis. And we told him, please use the rest. He said he was going to plant trees. And those trees will be live testimony. This is a unique character from a politician who has lost elections to still give money, which he had wanted to use to win elections. I have never heard this. It touched our hearts that very evening when he gave us money. Such a generous person. I ask us to take heart. I want to thank the entire stakeholders of Arua, the Maracha people. I saw multitude of people in the mortuary. You do not want to leave, not until the police had to inform us to leave the hospital gate. And that showed how painful the death of Honorable Angualia touched us. I ask the family members to take heart. Colleagues, this must not be a political theater. Whatever we are going to say is on our wishes that God must judge him well, if at all he has some iniquities on this earth. While we are here, the people I want to introduce must know who are here. On my left, the Member of Parliament from Maracha constituency is here, Honorable Guzoli. I called him when he was in the session, and he's able to make it here. Thank you for coming. I therefore take this opportunity to announce the apologies from the Member of Parliament from Maracha East constituency, Honorable Ruth. She's unable to come here, but she has conveyed her condolences to me, to the bereaved family. Colleagues, we have the two assistant RDCs for Arua City. On my left, we have my brother, Matua Job Richard. He is a great man. Most of you have not seen him. This is a gentleman who has been on radio, who has been on social media, and most of the Ghanaians know him. My brother, you're most welcome. He's our own from Kijomoro sub-county. I have my sister, Honorable, who is a member of my council here, Judy. On a special note, I want to thank you. From the mortuary up to now, you have not left this family. I think these are the characters we need among the stakeholders of the district. We have the host, Assistant RDC for Maracha, Raman Collins is our own from Alepa sub-county. We have the former Member of Parliament from Maracha East, Honorable Achille James. Thank you for joining us and accepting my invitation. We have a very important person, a stakeholder in East Africa, our own former Chief Administrative Officer, the first-time clerk of Macedonia Council, now the Deputy Clerk of Parliament of East African Council. Yala, can you rise up for the concern? We pray for these people. If our own can rise to those levels, under this leadership of NRM government, we pray that one time, if there are any other assignments, God must open for you the ways. Colleagues, we have my colleagues with whom we were in the Rural Council. They have joined us here. First among the list is Bugamia. Is Bugamia around? Yes. This is the gentleman, the Ringa man. He's in Ringa. A small-bodied man, but with a big voice. When he speaks, you may look for him in vain. Thank you for joining us. We have Honorable Asara Knight. Honorable Asara Knight. These were strong FDC advocates. When I gave them yellow chairs, Asara says, no, the chair is not comfortable for her. But I hope the Sergeant at Arms has rescued her. We have Afmani Geoffrey, who was one of us in this council. He has now joined civil service. We have Angelo Patti, the Agofe. Jose, thank you very much. The first person who gave me a call and told me that now Angualia is gone, council must be conveyed to pay him tribute. In fact, it's him. When he mentioned that, that was before we had a formal communication from the family members to the chairman and the C5. Jose, thank you very much with the members, with the older persons in that district, and the entire stakeholders of Maracha. At a later time, I will invite a member from the group family to introduce the family who are present here. Colleagues, this is a special council, and our issues, as the law says, are only within the items which are here in the order paper. This chairman, I want to thank you. You immediately also came there. You were able to move up and down. You were able to coordinate the sitting. All of you are aware that it is from executive that the special council sitting can be conveyed. To you, my colleague councillors, I think this is more than enough. In West Nile region, there is no local government council which has had so many special councils. We have been sitting here, you forget about money. You have been called on short notice. Some of you are not here. Therefore, permit me to inform you that our colleague, the councillor, male for Jamor Sub-County is Nebi. He cannot be here with us. My deputy speaker is Narua for some engagement. Okav Pasculuna is in a BOG meeting. He can't join us. And we have, lastly, the youth councillor who was in Germany. He's on his way coming. He may be joining us at a later time. Honorable Tediru Alzama has burial at home, so he cannot be with us here. I want to thank you. Next item.
Item 4, motion to receive the body of the late ambassador Angualia allows Richard to lie in the council hall.
Awesome. Afande, for you, you remain standing. You standing next to the members of the council.
Mr. Speaker, sir, and the August House, my name is Asia Bosco, the lead of government business, moving a motion to receive the body of late His Excellent Ambassador Angualia allows Richard to lie in the council hall.
Second amendment. Proceed.
Mr. Speaker and the August House, I'm Mario Florence, representing the people of Olufe and of Jogtown Council. With the love that our Ambassador Richard showed to the people of Maracha and the outside, allow me second the motion that has been moved to receive his body in the council hall. I beg to submit.
Thank you very much. Proceed.
Mr. Speaker, sir, the late His Excellent Ambassador Richard Los Angualia was born on July 13th, 1972. Was born to Mr. Adabo Silas, the father, and and Miss Sarah Omero, the mother, to a clan of all level, the current in the South Maracha district. He was the third born of his father out of 9 children. He survived by a widow, Miss Les K. Angualia, and 7 children. His Christian life: he was baptized, confirmed, and he was a devoted born-again Christian. His educational background: in 1991 to 94, he was in St. Joseph College, that is for Uganda Certificate of Education. In 1997, he joined Makerere University Institute and the adult and the extra Bachelor of Arts, second class with the honors, that is upper division. In 1999, he joined Uganda Law Development Center and acquired a certificate in administrative law. In 2001, he joined Uganda Management Institute and acquired postgraduate diploma in public administration, that is second class. In 2009, he also joined Uganda Management Institute and acquired masters in management studies, that's the second class. The research topic was decentralized management and the performance of rural water and sanitation service in Uganda, a case study of Arua district. From 2022 to 2024, was in Chiambago University, where he got his PhD in public policy and governance by research in progress. Topic is organizational politics and the quality of road infrastructure service delivery in Kampala, capital city authority, abbreviated as KCCA in Uganda. REC approval number is indicated there, and also clearance number. The plan has also been submitted, reported by March to April 2025. So he died while he was pursuing his PhD. His working experience. From 1998 to 2002, he worked with the Arua Municipal Council and the Minister of Local Government as Assistant Town Clerk, Arua Municipal Council. He did the work of implementation of decentralization policy at the Oli Division in Arua Municipal Council. He was accounting officer, secretary to Division Council. He chaired technical planning committee of the division, prepared the development and the recurrent plans and budgets for the division, and he headed the implementation of decentralization policy. He took custody of assets of the division and he supervised and appraised division staff, and he took part in participatory development initiatives with the community. From 2002 to 2010, he worked with the Ministry of Lands and Housing and Urban Development as a Senior Assistant Secretary and the Personal Assistant to Minister. He ensured smooth running of the office of the Minister. He took minutes of meetings of the Minister. He prepared policy briefs, activity reports, cabinet information paper, and cabinet memorandum, and he coordinated with the line technical department towards realization of ministerial policy objectives. He was a member of social and humanitarian thematic group of the Great Lakes Conference for Peace and Conflict Resolution funded by UNDP. He took part in the border community mobilization, and their findings were discussed, consolidated, and presented at the conference held at the Munyonyo Resort Hotel. From 2011 to 2012, he worked with the Minister of Water and Environment as Project Administrator Water and Sanitation Development Facility, Eastern Uganda. The government donor under UE funded a project which covered 60 small towns in 39 districts. By 2012, some of the identified towns included but we are not limited to Karenga, Kabong, Abib, Nakapriprit. This is the Karamojo region. He coordinated bi-annual governing council meeting with civil society, host local governments and stakeholders to evaluate progress and set priorities for funding. He took minutes of governing council meeting and notified action persons on the follow-ups. He facilitated technical staffs with the requisite logistics for smooth implementation of the project. He ensured adherence to the project manual. He supervised staff and ensured registration of land for the projects. From 2012 to 2015, he worked with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, that is Ambassador, that's the Foreign Service Officer Grade 1, designated to Cairo with multiple accreditations to Jerusalem, Beirut, and Damascus. He ensured diplomatic relations between Uganda and Egypt, Israel and Lebanon. He protected and promoted and projected Uganda's interest in all capitals of accreditation. He lobbied for foreign direct investment into Uganda in areas of water and environment, education, and ICT. Assistant lecturer, part-time. He offered lecturing, teaching services in the Department of Political Science and the Public Administration, Faculty of Social Science. He lectured various course units, as including security, and diplomatic studies, human security, political economy of East Africa, public management ethics. He supervised students' research, projects, practical work, conducted tutorials, set, moderated, and marked tests, courseworks, and examination, and he released results on time. He attended departmental meetings, seminars, and conferences, and performed other duties. As assigned from time to time by the head of department. From 2023 to 2024, he worked with the Uganda Management Institute School of Civil Service and Public Administration and Governance. Worked as associate consultant, carried out research and consultants in areas of assignment and facilitate lessons to participants involved in research and consultancies, facilitated courses in public policy and management and other areas of competence, are very relevant notes and hands out to students and reported progress to the course manager, set and administered test course works and examination and set coursework and test questions, and prepared marking schemes, and then marked scripts and submitted the result to the head of department. He participated in continuous capacity building training programs and courses organized by UMI, and conducted himself in a manner that conforms to the image of UMI. Mr. Speaker, sir, the late Honorable His Excellency Angualia, when he died, I received a call from my brother, a friend, the NRM chairman of Georgetown Council. Mr. Speaker, the demise of Angualia was received with a profound shock. It was a death that was real, not aimed and planned for. Mr. Speaker, I personally worked with Angualia when he stood for parliamentary seat in 2016. Mr. Speaker, as you may be aware, in 2011, when the lady lost that protracted election, which purportedly was reported that it was rigged, immediately he petitioned, and it led to his appointment as ambassador of Uganda to Egypt. When the late was appointed, throughout his reign in Egypt, I continued to work with him, and when he came back in 2016, I was the very person who nominated him for NRM primary elections in Chiandodo. And when we moved throughout Maracha districts to solicit for votes, Mr. Speaker, I learned a lot about the late. The late is one of the persons in Maracha who believes that every problem is a solution to success. Where there is a hardship in front of him, he will always advise us to prevail through. And he has managed to live this until his time of death. Mr. Speaker, despite the lady working in this big office that I have read, the lady was very passionate about agriculture. Every time he was here, he could contact us to solicit for him cattle laborers to go and work in his farm. Mr. Speaker, we have really lost a very big and dignified person. Mr. Speaker, my call is to the members of Parliament office of RTC who's represented here. Mr. Speaker, the late deserves a state burial. With all the work that the late has done for this nation, his burial will not only be managed by the family and the locals within. We have the office of RTC, which is here. We have the member of parliament, which is here. We will be very, very happy if the late is accorded a state burial. Mr. Speaker, I beg to submit.
Thank you very much, the leader of government business, for those passionate statements. I think those words on behalf of the council. These are not your own words, you have spoken for the council. I want to thank you. Next item.
Item number 5, motion to lay wreath on the casket of the late Honorable Ambassador.
Motion. Secretary of Production.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, the bereaved family in the August House. My name is Ndera Irene. I am the Secretary for Production, Maracha District. Mr. Speaker, I'm moving a motion to lay wreath on the casket of late Ambassador Angualia. I beg to move.
Secondment. Maracha Town Council.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and the August House. My name is Amletas Emily, a councillor representing the people of Maracha Town Council. With a deep sorrow and with a second heart, I want to second the motion that has been moved.
Thank you. Next, Mr. Clark.
Sergeant, prepare the wreaths. The order for laying the wreath will be first speaker, that will be followed by chairman LC5, and then the executive members. We shall have the honorable councillors. We shall have honorable members of parliament. We shall have the office of RRDC. We shall have the chief administrative officer and the technical officers here. Then we shall have the chairperson of NC3, the chairperson NRM, Maracha District, and all the chairpersons of sub-counties. Then we shall have interested members as number 10.
The protocol, which you can Google. I have been guided. His Excellency Ambassador is a statesman, and all of you, including me, who shall lay on the casket the national flag. When you look at our protocols, I think it falls under number 16, heads of diplomatic missions. That's where His Excellencies the ambassadors, by protocol, their input. I will therefore invite the Sergeant at the arms to help those who are coming to lay national flag at the basket. Thank you. That was the minor correction I felt I should do before we did this. And my sister, thank you very much for this guidance. Mr. Clark, take note.
Okay.
We have key important person. Take note of what we're doing right now.
All rise. All rise. You may be seated. We now invite Chairman at this point. The Executive Committee. The district councillors. Members of Parliament, honourable members of Parliament. The resident district commissioner and his assistants. Followed by the chief administrative officer. And technical staffs, head of departments present. Chairpersons LC3, they are present.
Take heart. This was his campaign agent. Take heart, Chairman Yevu. How can I help your brother go with him?
Office of NRM Maracha or Chairperson's sub-county level, they are there. General cadres can join. I think we have come to the end.
Next item.
Item number 6, motion to pay tribute to the late ambassador.
Motion. Proceed.
Speaker, let us pass. Maracha, Secretary of Works and Technical Services of District Local Government. I stand here to move a motion to pay tribute to our late Ambassador Angualia, Richard.
Secondment. Proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Advocacy. I'm the councillor representing workers, male of the district, also Secretary for Social Services. I support the motion that has been moved.
Thank you. Proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and August House. With profound shock and deep sympathy, I extend my heartfelt condolences to the bereaved family, relatives, and the entire people of Maracha district about the demise of our statesman, His Excellency Ambassador Lady Angualia Richard. Mr. Speaker, before I proceed, it was on Tuesday at around 4:20 p.m. when I received a call from my own biological son, who's a driver, that Angualia has died. It got me in the hospital. I was attending to one of my boys who was also admitted. I couldn't believe. I had to ask my son whether he had confirmed that it is Mr. Honorable Angualia. He said that truly it is Angualia who has died. He died of motor accident. I repeated, Mr. Speaker. He finally said, I should not doubt what he has told me. It is Angualia who has died. He was heading towards Rwanda, and he died at around Abizawad. Then I had some people who were from all levels. I had to tell them that we have lost Angualia, he has died. They equally couldn't believe. I wanted to raise LCT chairman in exam. The phone was not going through. I had to send him a message. I wanted to tell him that we have lost our brother, who's now mid-size. Good enough, I think he must have got the information earlier before me. Then I saw this message in the what? In the platform of NRM Maracha fraternity. Then it was true. I confirmed Angualia was indeed dead. Therefore, there are honorable councillors and the stakeholders of Maracha. We have really lost a statesman who cannot be easily replaced. All what my vice chairman read here about him, as far as his education is concerned, at this material moment, can our youth now attain that standard, that qualification he has got, with what is happening with our society here now, as far as the youth are concerned? We have lost and we have lost. I came to know Angualia when he was district councillor for Ulihi division. But then I was still a sub-county chief in Umogo. That's when I came to know him, because
we used to go to attend council meetings in Greater Arua. That was Greater Arua before this small districts came up. This is the man who was very eloquent in council, very articulate. He could really articulate issues. Then there was a time he had a very good ambition. There was a time he also aspired to become LC5 chairman Greater Arua. He was contesting with the late Zulu Alex. But because of age, he was around 29 years old and some months. He was maliciously told he's just per law, he cannot become LC5 chairman. That's when he lost that seat. So you can see how great Angualia was. So it is a shock to all of us that he has died. My dear Advocacy House, let us pray that let his soul rest in eternal peace. I beg to move.
Thank you. In the following order, Wozotan Council, Yivu,
Right Honorable Speaker and the August House, with the deep sorrow and heartfelt, I want to express few words in which I'll remember Ambassador Richard Angualia in his absence. Mr. Speaker, when I saw message from clerk to council in my phone that we lost our brother Richard Angualia, I could not believe. My heart jumped, not until when I saw the photo in his accident. But when I saw the blood, my mind could not settle. Mr. Speaker, the following are the things that I will remember Richard Angualia, which he had done when he was still alive, when he was moving amidst us. Mr. Angualia was somebody who was very approachable. He was approached by anybody regardless of your class, your age, to mention but their few. His room was open. He never segregated anybody who approached him. And we have lost him. We shall never approach him again. 2, the love he showed for the people within Maracha and outside was so great. He was a loving person. He could interact with anybody. And when you see his photo, you will really believe that he loved people. He had a deep love in his heart, which we shall not get again as Maracha people. 3, educationist. When the leader of government business read the biography, one will see the level in education, where he went, where he worked. It shows that he loved education, and recently he went back to school at this age. It was because of the education that he loved. And he inspired many of our children to follow him, which we shall not achieve after here again. Mr. Speaker, Richard was a very consultative man. At my age and my level, I wonder, when I passed in the second term, Richard called me personally on the phone to consult how the elections went on my side. I really felt little. At his level, how could he interact and consult me over that? By that, we shall not get his consultations anymore. And again, as a member said earlier on, when he lost in his elections, he even told personal to me that he is going to grow potatoes. He was looking for potato vines as being a farmer. He said he lost in the elections. Maracha people have chosen their own. That will not stop him from doing other things. He was looking for potato vines to survive. Mr. Speaker, I am second. The flag we are seeing behind me there.
Take a seat. Thank you. Thank you. Honorable Grace, proceed.
Thank you, the Right Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my colleague has already said what I wanted to say. First and foremost, the love His Excellency Ambassador has shown to the people of Maracha. Mr. Speaker, there was a time I went with my women group in microfinance support. We went there at 8 and we were still there waiting. No one attended to us. My late here came. As my colleague said, he is someone who is approachable. I went to him. He said, "Hey, you look like someone who is from you." I said, "Yes." Immediately he helped me. And that was at 2 now, when we were still in microfinance. This is the kind of person who is lying before us. Mr. Speaker, why the NRM chairman, if you stand up, let the people see you, is amidst us is because of the love shown to him through picking his child, his only son, to elevate him in Kampala. And up to now, that brother of mine is a builder. He did not only do good things in his area, he went up to Yivu picking a child from Yivu who is going to do this one for us more. Mr. Speaker, when I learned of the demise of our late ambassador, it made me to think about Honorable Droma Morris. Why always accidents taking our people? Is this the real death that comes from God? Nevertheless, the death is always there. It comes from God. I stand to be forgiven for that. Mr. Speaker, as I said before, I have no words to express myself about our late. There was a time he invited us under the leadership of William Kumakets, who was then the RDC, to his home for a farewell party. Mr. Speaker, we were there. This is now my request to the council. There was a road that connects, maybe via Lee Border Market, and it goes where our lamp, this one connects. I cannot, not Moiga. That passes via Obitre Gama's home. That one. Mr. Speaker, I have this request to the council. I know that the road is under sub-county. The request to the council is now that the council should take up that road to be maintained under district, and we name that road of the good deeds he has done for us. name that name by his name. I beg to submit. Actually, I have no powers to talk about him. Thank you.
Thank you. In that order, finally we end with you. I will give opportunity to our colleagues who have joined us from Arua, one of them. We have the chairman who hasn't spoken, he will come. We have the commissioners who are here with us. We have the 2 MPs who are here. Therefore, I request us to use the time maximally 1 minute each. Proceed.
Thank you, Speaker. My name is Paul Chua. I represent the people of Olufe in this council. Mr. Speaker, when I heard of the death of Ambassador Angualia, I couldn't believe. And immediately I rushed to where the mortuary is. Of course, when the police car was leaving, I met it at the gate of the hospital. I reached up to where he was lying. I flashed to see the face for me to believe. I could not breathe. I could not hold, at times we become emotional, I could not hold criticism of the colleague with whom he collided. I checked the quality of person who killed our man. I got annoyed, some friends pulled me away. For sure, as Maracha, we have a lot to do in various ways. One is to memorize our people by naming specific roads. It is not only him. We have lost many. Each and every time we have special councils here in the names of these great people. We had proposed where we should have list of the dead great men and women of this district. I hope this should be implemented, and he's one of them. In history of Uganda, we have, I think he was the second or third, if I cannot recall well, ambassador who comes from Maracha. One of them being his uncle, Otegamo, who is still living. We're grateful for that. But to this gentle and heroic man must be remembered and buried by the state. Let me reiterate it again and again. Today, I'm not in the real mood to which I can make my speech, because he has disorganized my mind, my heart. As I said, one day he invited us. We were only 2 from Olufe, me and Deputy Emmanuel, when he stood for MP seat in 2011. There were very few, at least 2 persons from each sub-county, of those 8 sub-counties, original ones. Mr. Kelly was part of the meeting. We had it briefly before the clergy and other people could come for his prayers in that family on that day. I experienced great words of a great leader when he was conducting the meeting. He listened to me because one clergyman proposed something that was going to divide Maracha. I listened carefully. I told him, we are not here as religious leaders, we are fighting for Maracha. And it includes all the religious institutions and their followers. It was the only word I said. He honored it. At that level, surely he was down to earth. I beg to move.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Edisa Manio, Councillor representing persons with disability. Mr. Speaker, I have rapid internal tears dropping. It may tighten my throat not to speak well. The House may hold me excused. When I first got this message from my clerk, as a woman who has been nursing through thick and thin my children, it took me back to think how difficult to bring a child up to university level. Mr. Speaker, we are poor in Maracha district. In Maracha district, if your child goes up to university, make sure that that person was not, the parents were not eating beans. They were not testing things like dinners. All these things are sold for the school fees. We are poor people. A child who we have brought up to this level has left us. Mr. Speaker, when I received this message, it took me back to recall our late doctor who was mysteriously slaughtered in Masindi. I went back to think of my late brother, Mosumbu, who is in Olovo, who left us mysteriously in the corona time, and Adrian the doctor. All this big, who has been in university, who has PhDs, what, they are all living. We have children who are not opium smokers. You can bring a child in senior 6. You will find that this child is smoking opium. The mind is already spoiled. Even others in university who are spoiled there. Those who are dancing at night, they are ready for AIDS. What can we do with our children who are bringing who? Amani tiyo maruti sianziliki, ariki amatiku amaongoni, atipa odrababo di maperira diking hadren. I am very sorry for this death. Mr. Speaker, I'm praying to the living God. Bakataba feta sitikata libi antibagi sebadi modra kina sa kuimorodrio. Anti amania zingaba bami zinzitasi letaeda maratani ezi ya kolo maratani bakia mapadi anti du modra to siyo tukoko yoti sama ngongona talo mifwadi zingamani mungu tangani ati tiko mpili padela zidi petani ziyamani mungu anzilikisi amasi basabi anti di madria muroti tetero anti kilo brodero anti amani kiri riki amatiku mipiki nwari minele diani palufu gerle muni roti ya esa kateta baku mfalo bo tabase bubu mia kupidi nguli la mfuati arisula tra ngazi kuterina ngakula ndeni. I'm very sorry for this mysterious death. May his soul rest in eternal. Thank you very much.
I want to thank you for all those emotional words. That's the bitter truth. I think you have made history today in Special Council sitting. Thank you. Honorable Manio Itisa. Proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm called Oguru Florence, Councillor representing Ichomoro and Okokoro Town Council. Mr. Speaker, just as my colleagues have said, when I got this message, I couldn't believe. Even up to the time I was setting off to come for this sitting, I could not believe. Because on Monday, as I was moving on the road, I saw Ambassador riding from Okokoro to his home. But reaching Tuesday, when I got this message that he was dead, I couldn't believe. I think now, with his body in the casket, I've now believed that he's gone. There's nothing we can do. Mr. Speaker, as the leader of government business was going through his educational background, I was looking at the parents. They have done a lot of work. He had gone up to that level because of the parents. And this is the time he would now turn to look after the parents. Now he's gone. I pray God should help the parents. And what I was thinking is, He went to that level because the parents were alive. Now that he's gone, what about the 7 children he left? Who is going to stand responsible to uplift the children also to his status or his level? Is the cry in my heart right now. Because when I look at the state of orphans in our country, it is terrible. If you move to schools, wherever, institutions, orphans are suffering. This made me now to think of if the government has plans for such people. Because we always come for special councils, we talk about their legacy, and everybody goes away. We forget about the children, we forget about the family. They go and struggle on their own. Mr. Speaker, in this council, I want to appeal to our government, at least to have plans for orphans. And those days I used to see organizations giving support to orphans. But this time, completely there is nothing, Mr. Speaker. This is my cry. We shall continue to lose such people. We shall continue to have many orphans, but if we don't have a plan for them, it means they will have no future. Mr. Speaker, that is my cry. With all this, I want to say, may the soul of our ambassador rest in peace.
Thank you. Next.
Thank you, the Right Honorable Speaker of the House. I'm Honorable Dan Silva. I represent Oliver Town Council. Mr. Speaker, when I heard of the demise of our late ambassador, I was shocked to hear that he was ambassador former Angualia, Laos. It shocked me. This is the man whom I know when I was young. Most of my life I've been in Kampala. I used to hear of Angualia. Right from Makerere University, even when he was working at Arua District as town clerk assistant. From there, he went to the ministry. The ministry, he came to political life. From political life, he went to represent Uganda internationally. I think, Mr. Speaker, if you look at the career path of the late ambassador, he was somebody with ambition. Somebody with ambition who was eager to take Maracha or Uganda to another level. But the problem is nobody knows. Mr. Speaker, in life, personality traits. You may be good in something, but you find the public does not know you. That ambassador was confident of himself, but the public did not know his competence. That's where the problem is. You may be good at something, but you are not known. I think I still cry for late ambassador for what he has done. And you know, Mr. Speaker, I still have one question. I'm somebody who supports NRM government. Right from 1996, when I started voting for President Museveni. My question is, why was my brother left at the middle of his life? Somebody at the level of ambassador, I expect he could be reappointed somewhere. Mr. Speaker, I did political economy at the university. Once you are being taken by the state is supposed to continue with you. At any time, where the state leaves you in the middle of the road, you will be at a crossroad. That's the biggest question I asked to my President Museveni, whom I've been voting for. Why did he leave my brother in the middle of his life? That's the unanswered question. That question should go very viral. We have our incoming leaders here. The assistant RDCs, the assistant RDCs. I don't expect President Museveni to also drop them or leave them in the middle of their life. They'll be at the crossroads. And if our leaders are left in the middle of their life, especially Maracha, shall we have future leaders? One time we had assistant RDC, Maracha, he was left. Sabasa and I was taking it and he was left. And we have our assistant RDCs who are also here. I expect my president to continue with them and give them a lifetime career. Let the ambassador die of simple accident. I said that was simple accident. Simple accident. He should have been somewhere if they had continued with his career. That's my question, Mr. Speaker. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, if you look at our roads, the Maracha road, our road is okay. But there's one black spot. I don't know where you have been taking keen attention. When you are going to Arua district, Arua city, where you reach Olufe Bridge, is a black spot. One time somebody asked me, Honorable Silva, what's the council doing on that upcoming black spot on the bridge, Olufe Bridge? I said there will be a time where I will raise this issue. Mr. Speaker, this is the right time. I want to tell you that there is a black spot which is coming on the river Olufe. It does not even take more than 50,000 to feed it. And if somebody gets accident here, there at night with a motorcycle, the person will also die. I don't want to lose any one of our residents from Maracha because of that black spot. My secretary for works here, I want you to take note of that black spot. If you haven't find time, I want you to find a specific time. You go around the bridge, you see the magic black spot. I want to be covered. Mr. Speaker, I don't want to waste the time of the council. Here, I end my submission. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You're most welcome. Secretary for Social Services, thereafter Chairman Elsfai.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. There are a lot of bereavement and a deep sorrow. I stand here to pay tribute to our fallen brother, His Excellency Ambassador Richard Angualia. Mr. Speaker, the one lying in front of us is indeed a statesman. He has been a signpost for the people of Maracha and entire West Nile in this country. In very many occasions, the few who are attached to the state, we always identify ourselves. We're always proud of people like him. When on Tuesday I learned of this, it got me here at the center. Mr. Speaker, I could not believe that it is our brother Richard who left us. Not until I saw it on our own platform, and that was Maracha Parliament, that indeed one lost him. This is a diplomat, he's a lecturer, has been a political scientist, and there's so many things just today leaving us. At a time, Mr. Speaker, when our people in Maracha, if I can tell you the trend of education in Maracha today, this is what really makes me grieve so much. 7 years ago, we had over 70,000 pupils who enrolled in our schools. But out of those, last year in PRE, there were only 2,338 who sat. And if you continue to lose people who could uplift, who could come back, who is ever here with us, Mr. Speaker, you are aware, this has not been the only Maracha who stays outside, who has risen to that level. And there are very few, I must say, without contradiction, there are very few who always look back, who always come back to pull the hands of others, who come to sensitize the masses, the population, to ensure that Maracha changes. Now, if we lose people of his caliber, what now makes my tears to roll is who are those going to come like him to ensure that we improve our status across board. This is so shocking to us. Mr. Speaker, I know His Excellency Lawes Richard as a straightforward and outspoken person. This is a gentleman. When I saw him in during his campaigns of 2011 and the subsequent one, he could speak without contradiction. And that tells me the kind of passion many of us who are politicians today will like mingling things so much, and he's not that type. This is evidenced by after his loss of elections, when he lost in primaries, you could not see him contesting as independent. And this is how he attached himself to NRM government. To date, he has left and died as a staunch member of NRM party. Mr. Speaker, when you read from the biography, it is very clear that his religious attachment is very, very strong. He died as a devoted born again, which many of us not do. We are taken up by earthly things. When we get some little wealth, we think we have conquered the world. But he has remained a faithful Christian despite what God has given him. Has been an ambassador in Egypt. He not only represented the people of Maracha, he represented the entire country. Served the interest of Uganda at that level. This is God today. I want to appeal to our dear government. He has left the family. He has left a widow. And these children, I pray that they follow the footmarks of late. And all this will come to pass when there's that tangible support given to the family. It is unfortunate that we operate on guidelines, we operate on laws, which sometimes are very hard to bend to fit certain situations. It is my humble prayer that the state has a special consideration to the family of late Richard, so that the children he has left will rise to develop this nation. The rank he has risen and even beyond. Mr. Speaker, I want to make appeal to all of us. Mr. Richard has been so loving. Some of my colleagues alluded to it earlier. When you look at our district, we have actually lost him at a time when we most needed. We are torn apart. A lot of issues are going around the district, and he has been a unifying factor. Can his death here be a call to all of us? Can we take his legacy to reunite as the people of Maracha, so that we develop this district and the nation as a whole? May the soul of Lawes rest in eternal peace. I beg to submit.
Thank you very much for those submissions. Colleagues, one information which I forgot. Now, when Honorable Angualia stood against Honorable Njima, there were two key government personnel who were opposed to each other. Mama Mobazi versus Dr. Phil. That there was a police officer from Tara Sub-County in the names of Apaga Kenneth, who was attached to late Honorable Angualia to give information for the interest of the government. These two brothers died on the same day. Angualia passed on. Some few hours, Apaga passed on. These were intimate friends, and all the battles will be on Saturday. I think Abaga's body is still in Kampala or on its way to West Nile. You can see the way God does it is. Sometimes when you stay together on earth, God will say, you continue to stay together in heaven. That was something which went off my mind. I felt it's very important to see how people who have been living very nice relationship can sometimes go together. And it's okay as this chairman. You are most welcome to be a tribute.
Mr. Speaker, the August House, for the interest of time, the bereaved family. I stand on behalf of the government of Maracha and on my own behalf to convey our sincere, heartfelt condolences to the bereaved family, the clan of Olevo, the people of Maracha, and the country at large upon the unfortunate demise of our gallant son, late Ambassador Angualia. We have the pastor ministers. They always preach to us that death is inevitable. And it comes to each and every one of us at any time without us knowing. But sincerely, Mr. Speaker, the death of our brother Angualia leaves a lot to be desired. That day I left office at 2:30. I was rushing to catch up with some appointment in Arua City. I parked next to the hospital fence. I crossed to look for mobile money, where I met Superintendent of Police, Asia, the regional PRO. Immediately I greeted him. We saw Alapapa carrying 2 motorcycles badly damaged. We commented. We said, if these motorcycles are like this, how could the riders be? Kumbe, they had just dropped my brother at the mortuary. They were now leaving to take the motorcycles to police. Shortly after that, I got a call. And I just told this man, there's a problem. I crossed there. The scene was terrible. It could not be seen. It could not be tolerated. It left me to wonder why a whole ambassador, His Excellency, could die in that way. Died on a motorcycle. Our member of parliament. You people have been discussing and passing many bills, some of which are passed after dishing out colossal sums of money. How I wish the plight of former leaders at that level could also be discussed. The whole ambassador could not die in this way. Facilitating ambassadors, facilitating national leaders. I want to pick from Honorable Grani. Those who have been earmarked and picked by the President office, they shouldn't be left along the way. These brothers should not have died on a motorcycle. Government should have really looked into their plight up to the end. It doesn't mean that he never planned well. He planned. His car was left in Kampala. When he used to go to work in the garden in Lazeb, he was a person who liked garden, who liked agriculture so much. He used to call me, used to borrow cars to move to the field. Just 3 months ago, I met him putting fuel in a motorcycle at Giri. He told me he had just arrived. He was rushing to bury his aunt or uncle at Liria there. I told him, I said, Ambassador, your level here, please, control. You used to borrow cars. What is the problem? We have cars around. Even if your physical, they are family cars that we could give you. He said, I've ever borrowed cars from you people, but I've just arrived. I wanted to catch up with the burial process, which was already on. So we really need, much as our country is yet third world country, there's need to think about the plight of our former leaders, my dear Honorable MP. You know, a lot have been said about the late, especially his attributes. Sincerely, the attributes of our late brother, they are endless. They are endless. I don't want to repeat them. What I can only say here is truly the man exhibited all the core values of a public officer. He exhibited all those core values. And he was really a courageous man. We heard from the education background being read. He studied social sciences and majoring in political science. As being political scientist, our brother's passion of participating in political dynamics of this country was really very, very high. Was very high. If it was not high, the man would not have left his lucrative job, civil service, I which he remained there. At the level he was rising, the man will be a PS now, permanent secretary, the second highest in the public service. He will not be a permanent secretary, I believe. Because when he was just senior assistant secretary and personal assistant to the minister, late Maria Matagamba. Maria used to call him my child. Maria used to praise him a lot. I remember when we went to Rakai at the minister's place, there was a mega project taking place there where I met her with my brother Angualia. I could not imagine all the praises could come for our own brother. It's really very, very unfortunate that he has gone. He has gone with that passion. He really wanted to participate in the political dynamics of this country. I want to repeat that. Because if that, enthusiasm was not there, it would have been a different story. The water that has poured cannot be recollected. We can talk and talk and talk, not until cows come home, but will not be able to. Will not be able to get anything. They do not want to move on and on. We have lost him. May he shall rest in eternal life. My brother, we shall meet when we get there. Otherwise, if I go to reflect on my life with you, when you were town clerk of Oli Division, when I was technical manager of African Housing Fund, upgrading slums in Eastern and Central Africa, where we used to go and tour cities, inside and outside the country, where we would choose to sleep on the same bed as if we could not afford to hire different beds. I don't want to open the remarks again. I beg to move. Speakers.
Thank you very much. There are some small issues here which the Member of Parliament should take note of. If you don't answer here, you will read the floor of Parliament. The plight for former leaders. I'm happy that you don't sleep in the Parliament. We have been seeing you articulating issues, even sacking the government. That's one. We have issues which are related to Secretary Works and the chairperson, the black spots. You take note of this, Neo Lufe, You will discuss this one here in your committee, which eventually will come to the council. The issues which are related to the road from the tobacco center which passes via Gama's home, where there is a bottleneck. That one they take note of it, and you will liaise with the sub-county authorities to see how the district can come in and eventually make the road usable and passable by using all the different modes of transport. There are issues here which are related to appointments. I don't know who can take this one here. Since we are burying Ambassador, I will humbly request the Member of Parliament to liaise with that ministry to ask whether we shall have government representative during that time. I had requested the NRM office of Maracha to give reports to the various offices. Up to now, we have not got a response. Colleagues, as if we have no person in Maracha who can connect us with central government. Some of the issues you have raised here about the issues of appointments. I've seen my brothers here and my sister. I don't think they will be imposed to say it with those high level people. We all know how the NRM government operates. The government will love the chairs. We pray to God that in case any government representative comes, chairman, you take note of these issues which you raised and you make them point blank during the time of the battle. May I request my sister, Knight, on the behalf of our team, you can say this is a special council. The rules are suspended. I take charge. 1 minute. Thereafter, I will come to the host. Already see your colleagues are here, you give them airtime. The former Member of Parliament for Maracha East is here. Finally, Member of Parliament, Honorable Guzo, you will summarize. Remind of the time. Proceed.
Thank you very much. Right Honorable Speaker, my name is Asara Naiti Yoru, the former District Councillor, Arua District, and aspirant for Women MP, Arua City. Right Honorable Speaker, they have said it all. But I'm just very much disappointed. I'm going to say this without fear or favor. Today my brother is lying amidst us. This is a boy. I call him a boy because we call ourselves with him boyfriend, girlfriend. He started his leadership since in primary. When he was in Ombachi, by then I joined Arua Public Secondary School. We both joined Scouts. He was a Boy Scout and I was a Girl Guide. Leadership comes from God. I learned it because where we started and up to date. I'm not going to talk much. I'm just going to put some highlightings. In 1996, late Ambassador came to contest as a district councillor in Arua. I was his campaign manager. My senior citizen Buga Mayor was also his campaign manager. They were contesting with late Buga Mike, who has also passed on as an ambassador. We really enjoyed his movement. Up to date, we have remained politicians. My prayer is his first term, Advocacy, I taught him from primary up to P3. He was my student. I'm happy that he has pulled him up to date. He is now a lawyer. I'm very grateful for him as he's lying down. My second advice goes to the government official. That's why I said I'm not going to talk about it all. And I'm going to say it without fear or favor. One thing we have taken in this country, that oppositions are bad people. They have forgotten that we are one people. And we are human beings. And we are citizens of this country. And we are going nowhere. We are going to remain in our country. This issue of saying oppositions, they look at them like enemies, we must forget. Richard Angualia started as an opposition. And later on, he joined NRM movement. Here he is. He dies as an ambassador, but without anything. Just because he fought for his children to see that the children should be like him. Angualia in town, we know him as a Teregian. Because most of his life he grew up in Terego, Bilefe. And that's how he joined Umbachi Secondary School. Later on, he came back home, he was welcomed. My disappointment goes like that. The government of Uganda, under the ruling government of NRM, he's doing for us no service, especially for the people of West Nile. People of West Nile, when they are appointed in these high offices, after 5 years, after 4 years, they're dumped. They give them nothing. But people from other regions, when they are appointed up to date, they give them vehicle, they give them police, they give them driver. We look like dogs under this government, and here we shout NRM Bakalas, no change. I'm disappointed. This issue of parties, we should leave it for the rest of the people, the regions who are enjoying the NRM government. We must look at ourselves as one people of West Nile. Whether you are in NRM, whether you are opposition, we must look ourselves as one people. Why have I said so? Because when we are there, we elected by you people, we talk the truth. And as I'm talking now, the NRM government is implementing the constitution, which was even in parliament amended and approved by Obote's regime and Amini's regime. There is nothing different there. So I request the people of Maracha, we shall never get anybody like Angualia again. Whether you like it or not, with the behavior of our children right now, the youth, how we are behaving in this government, and the government have come with this policy of child's right, children's right. It has paid for us, the children, whether we like it or not. And mostly the burden has gone on us as women and mothers. I pray that my sisters and mothers in Maracha, we should not leave our children only in the hands of men. When we do so, we shall all get lost. Couldn't it be because of let Angualia's father and the mother united themselves together to bring up Angualia? You couldn't see them here right now. They would have gone long time ago. They brought him up, he took care of them up to date. But this issue of government looking at one region after appointment, they dump in the middle, as my colleague councillors have said. I pray that through you, the Speaker, to my honorable member of Parliament, this thing must be raised in Parliament. They must look at us equally as Ugandans, as citizens of this country, as we belong to this country. This issue of leaving our child, somebody who is very bright like that, dying on a motorcycle when people are driving vehicles with drivers, a whole ambassador. When I heard about it, I started crying. I said, is this how the government officials are fighting to see that we in opposition, we should join NRM? We join NRM for what? Just to die like that? Nevertheless, my people of Maracha, if somebody has come back home to offer himself for position of politics, please look at that person and what he has been doing. This issue of voting money, you'll end up voting people who cannot speak for your behalf. That's why Angualia lost when he contested as a politician, just because of money. If you want to vote money, you wait for yourself. Time is coming, and you'll see where you will end. But if truly you want to vote for somebody to talk for Maracha, to prove the status of Maracha, please forget about money. Vote personality. Don't vote the party. We shall all die. We leave those colors outside here. We got these colors here. You leave NRM outside here, they will bury you as yourself. I will leave opposition, they will bury me as myself. And the suffering will go to our parents, not the party members or the parties which belongs to this country. Lastly, with due respect to you, the speaker, the DPC of Maracha, you must look at those young boys who are riding those motorcycles. Underage, they don't have driving permit, just to kill our innocent people who are very important like that. Boys are now riding anyhow, even up to Arua. But in Kampala, when you don't have driving permit of motorcycle, you don't ride that motorcycle. You will be arrested. Are we different from Western? Yes, I know that we are struggling to support the parents. But let us be above 18 and we must have that driving permit. You just come from nowhere, you ride, you learn on the street, and you begin riding recklessly just to kill somebody who is important like that. I pray, may the soul of late Angualia rest in peace. My advice goes to Mr. Advocacy, the council. Never think of joining politics. I'm talking as a senior mother. Don't even think of joining politics. Where would your father be right now? Join politics when you have nothing to do. But when you're in these higher offices, please, why don't you leave the politicians who are there to continue? So that all of you are in the offices. You resign as a town clerk, you resign as a cow, you want to join politics. What do you think that is very important in politics? In politics, if you're not very careful, you will rule your life forever, whether you like it or not. And I'm talking as a senior politician. Immediately after you have joined politics, whether you are NRM, whether you are in opposition, don't think after politics somebody will employ you in his work or in his office or in his district to work. They will look at you like an enemy. That's why I'm saying, Advocacy, never think of joining politics. Do your own work where your fathers left. Therefore, as my senior Buga Mayor, I request through the chair speaker, there's something which has left, he can still remind us. Thank you. May your soul rest in eternal peace.
I think that's enough. You have said to all. You have given one recommendation for my brother, Advocacy. I think that's mature advice. The family must receive that one with the double hands. The issue of our laws goes to the parliament. I think here in West Nile, that roads, when someone is walking on it, the bicycle rider will look at him as a fool. The one who's riding the cycle will say a bicycle rider as a useless. The one with the vehicle will say this is my road. If the planes were to use our roads, I don't know where we would be walking. I think there is something which is needed. We really need our West Nile parliamentary caucus. Sarah has said something which is true. Some of us have moved to these regions. It's only in West Nile that you see recklessness on the roads. Just a week ago, we lost 2 young brothers in the Kawako here. We buried them. There was a reckless driver who was drinking the beer. He was found with the bottles of beer in his car, and he killed those innocent boys. I think this rate is too much. I was very happy with the people in the parliament, especially the woman member of parliament. We saw in the social media years was condemning the rate at which our people are dying on the roads. The member of parliament, there is no difference between the Udura roads and the local government roads. Look at that road from Malibek, which is going either to Rhino Camp or Yumbe. Look at our roads. You may think that is a local government road. I think the issue of funding. That could be why our brother met his death. So I believe you can raise some of these issues in the parliament. Can I start with my sister? There are issues which came from the other side. You can, I don't know whether you're NRM or what, but there's no politics here. I said earlier on, this is not political theater. Proceed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Give Mike.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. In the interest of time, allow me to step on protocol that has been established. My name is Judith Bako. I am the Assistant Resident City Commissioner in charge of Arua Central Division of Arua City, where my senior brother met his death from. Right Honorable Speaker, I am not only a sister to my senior brother because we all come from Maracha, but in particularly, I have been a family member of that family from 2006 when I joined Chambogo University because Ambassador Angualia's younger sister, Asibazio Harriet, who works with the Ministry of Gender, we joined at the same time and we became best friends from 2006 till to date. The first time I met my senior brother, Ambassador Angualia, was when our dear mother, we used to call her Omviru because she's called Omviru Sarah. Our mother sent for us Sim from Rhino Camp. Because my sister, Asibazuyo, used to sleep in the hall and for me I was in a hostel, all our food items, because every weekend we would eat the local food and this food was kept in my hostel. Because we were poor, we had food in the hostel but we didn't have charcoal. Our mother had sent for us Sim. We now picked some part of this Sim and went to Banda Market so that we could sell it and later on buy some charcoal so that we could come back to the hostel and cook food. When our brother arrived and looked for us all over, one of our friends, we had told her to prepare the mukene. And me and my sister Asi, we were a bit sharp, we now moved to the market. So our sister Abania Florence, who also comes from Olufe, when Angualia knocked at the hall, she was not there. They told her, you go to Judith's hostel, because Angualia knew where I was staying. He came to our hostel and met our friend. Our friend said they have gone to sell Sim in Banda because we don't have charcoal. Right Honorable Speaker, how I wish you show the face that Angualia had for us. He got a cane from his car and went to look for us in the market. In the market, my brother put us down and said, choose between the two. Either you want to be a trader or you want to be a student in class. We said we want to be students. Said, okay, first lie down for making yourselves to be traders. The communal upbringing of children was what I saw in my brother lying today. Angualia caned me 5 strokes. Angualia caned us 5 strokes. Angualia was driving and he told us, run as I follow you with the vehicle. We ran up to the hostel. Angualia told us, you are our children. If you are less or if you don't have money, why don't you make a call to us so that we can come and support you? That in today's Maracha, no man can do it. The communal upbringing of children has phased away. Some of us have reached where we have reached Because we had good-hearted people like my brother Angualia who held our hands. Ask yourself, are you able to be that communal person to upbring a child that is not even related to you by blood? From that time, he told us another punishment. I remember Atiko was a very small boy around P4, P5. Angualia made us to wash clothes of children as a punishment. We took it positively. Today, my sister, my friend, and my best friend, Asibazio, is a very principal person at Ministry of Gender, and here I am today. Can we have more of people who can hold our hands in marriage? People say our land cannot yield. Our parents, even as they were teachers, decided to settle down in Rhino Camp. Amidst the meager resources they had as teachers, they were able to dig so that their children can go to university. All the children of Salomville have graduated. Iki has graduated. That is why the trend cannot stop. But for us, here today in Maracha, it is a cry of the day that Afazimadio Gamete de Anzidima Zakoku Madi Engonia. How about the Saras who had nothing not until they had graduates, they have graduates in their households. My dear people of Maracha, many people here have alluded as a eulogy that can we work hard to educate more children so that we have enough Angualias who can come and replace? Can we have communal upbringing of children? When we got to know Angualia, that was when I got to know the former member of parliament for Maracha East, Achidu. Whenever we would be at Angualia's home in Namugongo, whenever we get some cash, me and my friend Harriet, we are sharp, we would say, okay, let us also pass near Achidu's home. And whenever Achidu would be out by that time doing exercise, we tell him, we are students from Chambogo, we come from Maracha. He adds us money so that we do not lack. Some of us came from a very humble and poor background. But in Namugogo, we never lacked because we had Angualia. If Angualia gave us 100,000, Angualia would give me 100,000. Angualia would give Abania Florence 100,000. He was not segregative. How many sons of Maracha do we have who can pull money irrespective of the relationship that they have?
Take heart.
We have lost 1 in a million. That is completely irreplaceable. When Angualia became the ambassador, my friend over here does not come from Maracha. Stand up. He does not come from Angualia's family. You. Stand up. This young man was able to see Egypt because Angualia wanted to uplift and empower. That is the spirit that we wanted. But how many of us are serving in this government and are able to lift and pick up a hand of a vulnerable person down there, like how Angualia does? It is incumbent upon us to have a heart that loves, that serves humanity above self. Angualia, you did your work. You served God diligently. You served the people of God irrespective of whether you have relations of blood attached to. You have finished your race. Journey well, my brother. For God and my country, thank you.
Thank you. My brother Richard. Thank you, Honorable colleague and the Assistant RDC.
Right Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Councillors of Maracha District Council, LC5 Council, the Honorable Member of County, my brother, the Honorable Oguzuli Dennis, LC5 chairperson, ladies and gentlemen, it's a bad day. It is a day when we are filled with grief and sorrow. But a day, when Honorable Speaker, when we must speak deep to the issues. Remind ourselves of basic things we have forgotten. Collect ourselves together. Resolve to address them. It is a day of deep soul searching. I am going to be very brief, and always in my briefness I am very clear. Mr. Speaker, sir, ladies and gentlemen, because of the sustained peace and security, Uganda has become a place where very many people within the continent and outside want to find solace. The best examples I can cite are the Eritreans, people from Horn of Africa, the Congolese, the South Sudanese, then the North Sudanese, what we literally call the Lubara here, Mundukuru. The brown one. We used to know those refugees, black like us, the brown one, are called Mundukuru. But there is a threat, extensive threat, that faces our people, that we must address together. And I'm going to relate it to the lady. I tell it in every occasion where I go. Because if I fail to tell you, it could be the reason I will go to hell. So I want to go to heaven too. People who are seated here, you are able to hear me because you went to school. I will speak in a foreign language, by my apologies. I will speak purely Lugbarati. I know it, even the idioms, the vocabulary I can speak. But my people of Maracha, my people of Maracha, my people of Maracha, we must stop excuses on our problems and find solutions for them. You cannot blame government for everything, including failing to produce a child in your house. No, please. If I ask all of you how you were able to be educated, you have a history to tell. Maybe your parents grew onion, your parents grew tomatoes, and they were able to educate you. Why are the present day parents in Maracha not doing those things to educate children? To give excuse? We have lost a PhD candidate. Hey! It is unkind for us. Some people will say God takes people, but for me I want to say this is actually a demon. Why? If you look at the UBOS report about education in Western Nile, and then you look at the summary for Maracha, it is very scandalous, Mr. Chairman and Lucify. Before you move out of the office, or if you can, by grace of God, remain there, and the new person, we must address this issue, Councillor. We must speak to it. We have lost somebody who is at the level of a PhD. How many PhD holders are there in Maracha? Can we count them? Can the education department count them? How many people in Maracha have master's degree? Myself, I don't even have one. I'm starting mine in 2027. Master. Is there another person with master there? You put up your hand. One. I'm saying 1, 2, 3. Only. Even sometimes bachelors we can't find in our houses. Now we lost a very cream of the district. How many replacements are we going to find? people were whining here, complaining that if you look at the current setup, education is very important. Without education, you cannot change anything. I want to tell you, we must resolve to be very serious on the issue of education. So, Mr. Speaker, even if it means to enact an ordinance, according to Education Act, failing to take your child to school is a crime. In fact, that parent is supposed to be arrested. The district must take action. Why am I saying we are facing external threat? If you go to a rural city now, the people who are driving brand new vehicles there are not Ugandan. They are Sudanese and Congolese. If you go to present day, Pajulu, the Aivu people who are indigenous there, they sold off their land, they have nowhere to go, they have migrated to Congo. They are now hearing about the city called Arua from Congo. They are now refugees, economic refugees. Jesus of Nazareth and Muhammad of Mecca, peace be upon him. That is the reality. Mr. Speaker, as I want to wind up, I want to tell you, my people, that is city you hear there. In less than 40 years, will it be here in Maracha? Are we preparing for it? Are we ready? Are we even aware? How will it find out without education? Mr. Speaker, in a city there are 4 things which I want to tell you, my people. A city is not for villagers. In a city, you are selling services. To sell services, you must be a professional of something. An engineer, a lawyer, a teacher, electrician, mention it. To be a professional, you must be well educated, well schooled, well learned. In a city, if you are not selling services, then you are doing a business. Not business. Business, to do business means you must have capital. Capital is in the 3 forms: land, space or house, brain, that is knowledge of entrepreneurship, then liquid money. Then you can survive in a city. If you are not educated, you don't have capital to do business. In a city, you become a slave, carrying bricks, blocks, reducing your lifespan. You cannot be anything. A slave. Number 3, in a city, land ownership, Mr. Speaker. Poor people cannot own land in a city. Because of pressure, they sell off their land to the rich people. Now they become landless. When you are landless, you are a destitute. You are a nobody without address. In fact, it's better you die early, because you will be in trouble. Now, why am I telling you this? Number 4, estate development. And Maracha. Now, this is where I want to warn you, my people, the Maracha people. Rich people will come and they buy a whole village to put estates. They will pay off the villagers, and with the lifestyle of our people, they will break off the money and have nothing to solve. We needed now the Angualias, the educated people, to guide the society, to act as the light, the glimmer of hope for society. Society must have the Plato, the Aristotle, the philosophers. That's why last Saturday, at the cathedral, I asked the St. Pauls of today, our religious leader, what letters are they writing to our Romans who are seated here, the Corinthians? Are they aware? Oh, they are talking about the Romans in the Bible. The Romans are here, Reverend. You are Romans are here. Corinthians, they didn't let me deal with it. It's what I need. Kil Corinthians, Mafianji school, Kil Corinthians, the Mangas, said the need. That is to be told in the church because you have audience. It is very unfortunate that we lost this man. And I can tell you that the replacement is going to be trouble. It's going to be trouble. Now, my people, now when this thing is happening, I can tell you, if you go right now, the city has reached Ochoko. I don't know whether you are aware. Christian's hotel is where? After Kuruva. We are lucky it has not come this side very far. But the city has finished one sub-county of Fora. There's an MC5 councillor in a Arua district. He had 3 wives. He sold off his last piece of land 6 months ago. And he has 15 children. 4 of his children already in prison. Tell me why they should not be there. Yes? So this debate must start. economy he started. So otherwise we are now headless. In Uganda, that's the call it's wood. I don't even think the Lubaras have a word for it. The Bagandas call it chibududu. We are now like a chibududu. A body without head. Please, my people, we must look into that issue. Income is very important. People were whining here, the government does that, the government does this. Let me tell you, government creates peace, enables us for economic activity. It is us, individuals, to do that. Mr. Ovwa, you here? There's a man called Mr. Ovwa, a popular man called Mr. Ovwa. Stand up. I want to end with you. Can you see that man very well? Mr. Ovwa, remain standing. Mr. Ovwa is one of the fair people from my place there. It's not the badly off. He's the chairman of Western Island Cooperative Union. Do you know him? Let you hear of what's the story of how he got money. He went to make a holiday for putting a cassava stocks for his uncle. And the uncle gave him a small chicken, a umva, which he grew and it produced, and then he bought a goat. The goat became a cow. And today, he was a famous man known for slaughtering cattle in Maracha. The story started with the umva. Can you imagine? And here there is somebody who is even given $1 million of PDM and he does nothing with it and turns around to blame government. You are like a Mnyamkole man who fails to score a goal because the road is slippery. Is that being serious? That being serious, my people. Really? Let me tell you, there was somebody talking about it. We are the poverty in Western Island, the poverty of the mind, the proper. Promax. It's not for the Kitolwadia. Avako Flores. Omiamezi. If you're from Lamela, I'm from Lamela. Now, it's somebody. He started with 2 chickens. She bought 2 chickens. When they multiplied, she sold to buy a goat. When the goats became 3 and they matured, she sold them and started the business of selling goats. Now she has 7 sheep, 1 cow, and her capital of doing the business, 1.5 million, is still available. I will decree, if possible, Mr. LC5, you are here. I don't know if the PDM person is there. Those are the people who should be given the PDM money. You be rest assured you will have a good story to tell if the president comes here. If you look at her, she doesn't appear a villager. She looks different. So we must resolve. Then lastly, I'm going to end. We are at the border with the DRC. How have we benefited because of that border? I am about to start encouraging our people even to marry from that side, strategical, economic wise, so that we find the land at the other side to do agriculture that side and bring the produce here. How different is the taste of G-nut from Congo and that of Uganda? Yes? For economic reason, people migrated, the low migration. You go to study migration, economic and other reason. Mr. Angualia, you have gone too early. At the time we needed you. I have heard about the road. Mr. Speaker, I am also one of the unhappy people. The road from Mokokoro up to Olovo Health Center 4 has not been graded, and I am aware the district receives $1 billion for maintaining district road. I don't know whether it is the district road or Unila road. I don't know how these roads are named. And a part of that road branches to Olefu now where the lake is coming from. For God's sake, that road should be done. For whatever explanation you have, you will explain it later. Whether Unira or what road. Let it be done. In fact, the other time, there was a teacher of water called Mr. Manasseh as well. I was driving to see him. I had to really make a longer journey. Yet I would just cross from Oribale. I would just cross that river and they come this way. Not even a culvert is put there. Can the district explain why there is no culvert there? Is it also a Unila road? If I have attacked you, you will forgive me. But go and do the work. Brother, go and rest in peace. We shall find you there. For God and my country.
Thank you very much.
you have mentioned the partner issues. I think this audio here, how I always can be shared with the people of Maracha. My brother Joe, while we were in for campaigns, Honorable RTP received a call from some developers. They want to build the tobacco factories. And these people, they need 600 acres of land. When they were chatting next to us, we asked him after the call. He said those people, they're interested, they wanted to come and build factories here in Maracha. We asked him 600 acres here, who's going to offer. We advised him to go to Terego. And I hope the people of Terego will offer land. So therefore the issue of land, you have foreseen it. And this appeal goes to the people of Maracha Town Council, Oleba Town Council, Pokoro Town Council, Gai Town Councils, because the developments will start there. If you're not careful with your land, you'll move away. You may either go to Koboko, Yumbe, or Luantereko. But eventually, if the person will go, you may have nowhere to go. So let us take your advice, and I'm very happy that you have given this to us. I think this is His Excellency Ambassador Angualia communicating to us. Thank you very much. Maracha, the host. Thereafter, Honorable Secretary, and then your colleague Lee will summarize. You are most welcome.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Allow me to observe the setup protocol for the interest of time. A lot has already been said about my senior brother who's lying in the casket today. I don't want to dilute tributes that has been laid in this house. I happen to be one of the persons benefiting from the brain of the gentleman who's lying down here. I spoke to late Angualia on Sunday, and I called him. I told him I have finished my bachelor's in social work and social administration, that he has guided me to do. What course should I do next? That was just on Sunday. He told me I should go and do masters in public administration. And that is what I'm going to do. There are few people I always consult in Maracha when it comes to issues affecting Maracha. He happened to be very pivotal when I always consult. His died number in my phone is just on Sunday. On Tuesday, I was with the Right Honorable Wani Manuel when we got this information. It was a total shock to all of us. As I said before, I don't want to, I am deep cut in heart. I may not say a lot, but I have one word that I have to say to all of us here. May his legacy remain guiding light to all of us, especially who are politicians. May his legacy remain guiding light to all of us who are politicians and who are good friends of politicians here. A lot has already been said. One last important thing I've loved and learned from the late is being very honest person. To be honest, the politicians have known, including the house here, nobody touches the bar of late when it comes to honesty. My brother rests in perfect peace. When our time comes, we shall meet again. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Secretary, there were issues of state burial, special burial. We used to confuse these terms. Not until when I heard there was a special burial for one of the members of parliament, which people were complaining of. If you have some answers to this, how it comes. there were issues which were raised by the members of council. We don't want to go offside, such that on Saturday, if a person to read their chairman, what you're going to ask must be in line with our laws of Uganda, a statement. Proceed.
Right Honorable Speaker, the District Council, particularly this special session in honor of Ambassador Richard Laus Angualia. First of all, I want to thank you, Speaker, because I don't know when I was last in this council hall. Thank you for this invitation, and I salute everyone who has come this afternoon to honor the life and legacy of our brother. For those who don't know me, my name is James Achiri. I'm a former Member of Parliament, Maracha East. That was the 10th Parliament where we represented Maracha with the Honorable Dennis Lee. Paying tributes is not one of my areas of strength. You know, when you want to pay a tribute, you must focus your submission or your speech to the life of that person. So I'm not going to speak outside. I will try to speak about Angualia, the Richard that I know, and I'll leave it at that. My presence here is not only as a former Member of Parliament, but also as a family friend to Mzee Silas Adavo, Mzee and Mama. I know these are really difficult times. You have been great friends with my late dad, Wilson Brate, during training in Lodonga, and I think we have been family friends since then. It was tragic on Tuesday evening. I was one of those first people who was contacted when that accident occurred, and I initially thought it was mistaken identity. Because when the person told me that Ambassador Richard Angualia is dead, I didn't want to circulate the news until I confirmed, because I could also be mistaken for circulating unverified information. But eventually, I confirmed it. I tried to reach Honorable Dennis. I think he was a bit busy. I reached Honorable Benedetiku, and we all eventually converged at the mortuary, where I met the Right Honorable Speaker, the District Chairman, and a few other colleagues. There was a lot of wailing, and you could clearly see that people were already in the mood of mourning. Ambassador Richard's death is tragic. It's a sudden death, very unexpected. I would probably say in line of duty, because when we are talking about his love for agriculture, he wasn't just riding for fun. He was going to where he needed to do some agricultural work. Now, the question of why he met his death around Abbey Farm, there will be a lot of diagnosis, there will be issues of the road conditions, the broader questions around road safety. I don't know whether as a country we take road safety seriously, because where I worked before in countries like Namibia, government will even declare a whole week for road safety, because it's not only a problem for West Nile. This is a national question, because our levels of road carnage are very high. they are very high, and in some cases it could be avoided. So when we talk about road safety, there are a lot of issues. It includes questions around your own personal safety. We all know that Ambassador met his death on a motorbike without a helmet. You see? The other day when I was in Rwanda, General Kagame will not allow you to ride a motorcycle without a helmet. If you're a boda boda, you must carry 2 helmets. One for yourself and one for the passenger. These are being enforced. They are being enforced. People say he's a dictator, he's what? But he's more mindful of your life than your utterances about his approach in managing society. So this question of road safety is a big one. It is something that spans beyond road conditions. It includes enforcement by police, it includes the political will on the side of those who are supposed to ensure that policies are implemented. Ambassador was here a few weeks ago, mourning his auntie, the late Ruth Mildred Ajiani. We all know that she also lost her life because of a road accident. Is that not true? Yeah. We keep lamenting. The statistics are terrible. When I was in the 10th Parliament, I took the statistics of people who were dying on this road. The police gave it to me in a written for oral answer question session. I wrote requesting the Minister of Works to bring us a statement on why our Vura, Maracha, or Rubber Road doesn't have road humps. At that time, General Edward Katumba told me that when he was responding to this question, he said that people no longer want these humps on roads. Then the next question was, then why don't you bring speed limit cameras for the police so that our police can stand on the road and see the speed at which you are moving, and you are given a hefty fine. Let's just see, for example, of Joe here at the hospital. When you pass near that hospital, the speed at which vehicles move there, and yet what is supposed to be the speed limit, nobody is enforcing it. So generally there is a governance question here as well. We shouldn't brush it aside because this country belongs to us. And if we're not careful, these road accidents will continue to claim our lives. I don't know who handles road safety in government. It's supposed to be under Minister of Works, Transport, but I don't see any efforts in that direction. Leave alone the fact that many people use the roads without permission. There are no riding licenses. It is a state of anarchy. That is my view. But we are now doing post-mortem. We have lost an ambassador. We all know that it's a struggle to bring people up to this level in a district like, a poor resourced district like Maracha. And he has made his contribution, not only to Maracha, but to the government. And those questions need to be addressed if we are to honor his life and legacy, so that we don't see people losing their lives like that one of Ambassador. We are all in a journey, a difficult one. Hopefully, if we behave well, we do what the Bible teaches us, we shall eventually be able to meet with him in heaven. Otherwise, it's not automatic. I understand there are two options. One is heaven, the other one is hell. So I think in the interest of time, Right Honorable Speaker, I will simply say that Ambassador Angualia's, may God allow his soul rest in eternal peace. I say all this for God and my country. Thank you.
Thank you. And it is asked, we have our state attorney. Can you raise up for recognition? Yes, he is. Thank you. We have our former colleague, Honorable Grace. I not see you. Grace, can you raise up? Thank you. Finally, thereafter, I will invite a family representative to only introduce the family members.
Mr. Speaker, this is one of those toughest moments for me, because I've had the opportunity to not only interact, but to work with Honorable Angualia. When I joined politics in 2011, Angualia was one of my competitors, and we were 3 in the race, but we both lost. He eventually got appointed as an ambassador and rejoined the race in 2016, and we were in the same race, and I won. After winning, as is the case, I would have imagined Angualia would pick a grudge with me, because that is the politics I see in our district, that when you lose, you now become the enemies of your competitors. He was one of the first people to send me congratulatory message that I've won. I should make sure I carry the aspirations of Maracha people. And that is the message which continued to guide me. In 2018, we saw an advert in the newspaper, and that is when the National Forest Authority moved to advertise forests for various activities. He reached out to me that had I seen these adverts. I said I saw. Then he said, let us go and apply. We agreed and met somewhere on Darwinton Road. I picked him in my car. We drove to NFA. We submitted our applications. And eventually, that's how we got parcels of land to develop in different forest reserves. For him, he applied to do tree planting, while for me, I applied to do a forest park in Barifa, which many people have come to misunderstand. Angualia is one of the most shrewd politicians I've ever known in my life. Angualia is one person who cannot settle for less. Angualia will stand firm even if he stands alone for the things he believes in. In the 2021 elections, Angualia told me the restructuring of Maracha has now put him in Maracha East. Therefore, he's going to come and run here. But my leadership is one of the things he believes in. And he thinks if me and him work together, we will be able to transform this society. Angualia called me that we should go and meet at a chimney. We went there and had that meeting. And eventually was able to talk to some of his strong people to back me. I'm sure many people seated here are asking, how could Angualia, who was an NRM, now say the people must back Oguzuli? If your eye can only see a party color, then you are the most unreasonable person in our community. I've often told our people, even if you paint a monkey yellow, that monkey cannot take the space of a cat. And that's what many of you see in the district. You cannot identify credentials of good leaders. You tend to go after pettiness. You were crying here. Oh, maybe Maracha people do not have a link. But all of you are NRM. Why don't you have a link? Why do you cry here? Why? You cry because you don't value your resources. Someone was saying, oh, Maracha people don't get appointed. It's not only Maracha. During Alitama's funeral, I raised that same issue. You, the NRM people, you are your greatest enemies because you like bringing down one another. This group goes to speak against the other one. These ones are plotting against. How do you succeed in this kind of environment? There are people who work together. There are people who know what is best for their areas. They would sit down and agree what must happen. How will people out there be able to respect you if you do not respect your own children? This is what has failed us. When there was vacancy in the Ministry of Trade, and Mr. Oyo, who is one of our grandsons, he comes from Terego, was made to act. I drafted a letter and called the rest of my colleagues because Oyo had reached there and they were looking for a permanent secretary. I drafted a letter, I said we should come and sign and deliver to the president and complaining about the failure to recognize our effort, the failure to appoint some of our influential and who are knowledgeable and experienced children. How many of our 40 plus MPs came to sign? It was Honorable Atima who signed, Honorable Jennifer Duwaru who signed, Honorable Ayume Francis who signed, Honorable Duwaru Jennifer who signed, and Honorable Etuka. The rest refused. He said, for us we cannot manage this. We are going to make this kind of proposal. So what have you got to do there in Parliament? If you cannot fight for your own interests, the opportunities, we don't have judges, we don't have permanent secretaries, we have a few commissioners. So who are you working for? All this running around here, you are running for who? Let us look at the budget for this year. The budget for this financial year. Yeah, because I hear many people say, if you support the party, the budget for this year, Buganda region will get 21%, and they are mostly opposition. Karamoja, where all MPs and NRM, is getting 3% of the national budget. Penso, where the vice president, the speaker, and all those ministers come from, is getting 6%. West Nile is getting about 80%. It has over 40 MPs. I'm the only opposition in West Nile. So what have we got? The road from Nebi to Arua. Those of you travel see the state. This road was named FDC. The road where our brother died was an FDC road. So what is happening? After now, all of us voting NRM, why is the road not worked on? It had to take me an effort. I wrote a very scanty letter to the Secretary General of the NRM when we were about to pass the budget, because I had seen there was nothing for us. Even from Nebi to Zombo, you cannot move on the road. The road is in such a poor state. I had to write that you cannot use us. We are not just a plantation for you to exploit and you go and reap the benefit somewhere. They have to now put a rural Nebi road on the budget. So the business of electing people from MC1 up to the district, up to parliament, is a serious business. Chairman was talking here that MPs were given money to go and vote so that civilians would be tried in military courts. What kind of stupidity is this? So, in Uganda, the priorities are wrong.
Mayor, our rules don't allow you to speak when there's a member on the floor.
The priorities are misaligned with the needs of the people. Honorable Chidi was talking here about the state of roads. We only have about 216 kilometers of tarmac road in West Nile. It's actually one of the least. As of 2024, we lost 25,000 people in road accidents. And the causes were reckless driving, corruption, poor infrastructure. Every year, IGG says we lose 10 trillion. How many kilometers of roads would this build? How many technical schools would this build? All these are failing. The problem in Uganda is a governance issue. And not until we address ourselves, such avoidable death, we will continue to register them. Unfortunately for us, we have lost a resourced person. And those who say, how are we going to replace such people? The other time, when we lost Aegean, we asked the same question. When we lost Dr. Isaac, we asked the same question. When we lost the other Dr. Dan, we asked the same question. When we lost Aya and many other people, we have lost them. Unfortunately for us here, we get remembered after the death of the useful people. Aya was appointed another this after his death. So those of you who sit in the NRM, we expect that you'll be able to ask relevant questions wherever you sit, so that the plight of our people is prioritized. If Maracha wants to see progress among the youth and the young people, this council should be able to plan for them. I've seen a lot of unemployment in our district. When 100 pupils join P1, less than 9 will reach P7. S1. And nobody is accounting for such children. Oftentimes I sit in this council, I've never seen a budget allocated to deal with the problems of youth unemployment. We're always crying they're on the rocks, they are doing this, they are smoking opium. What is your programming for them? What have you planned for them? There's a technical institution there in Olufe, it has collapsed, nobody's accounting. You might find this one of Octave is struggling. Many places which should have accommodated our young people are not catered for. It had to take us a deliberate, concerted effort to argue with the president that the Skilling Uganda program must be extended to West Nile, because these things are benefiting people in West, people in Central. Now, they are taking one person per village. Those of you who watch TV, you saw me make a minority report. I was the only one. Because the students' loan scheme would only take people from other places and not favor our own. I moved the minority report, which Parliament luckily adopted. The government will now use the loan scheme resource to pick students from each district. I therefore want to invite you people, when you hear such information, right now they have put the application, so you should be able to encourage our kids to apply. Angualia, just a few days ago, I think Monday, he went and hired women from all over there to go and tilt for him in I think, Tereko. He has often supplied potato vines. All that he was doing was trying to help us deal with the problem of poverty, which is actually one of the biggest challenges afflicting our district. I don't know how we are going to lift our people out of poverty. That is one of the biggest reasons we are not able to educate our children. It seems agriculture is failing. It seems all these government programs are not helping people. The PDM that my brother was talking about, It's not helping us. I think this time may not be adequate for us. We need a dialogue, a public dialogue where we are coming to sit and discuss the future of this district and our people. Only then can we be able to find a lasting solution. Some of the issues you have articulated here, I will take them up and be able to present them in Parliament. But I want to say it is our collective responsibility to be able to speak for ourselves. Whoever has an opportunity to speak for the people must use that chance to fight for our rights, not just be doing praise singing. If we want to remain praise singers, the kind of results we will get are what we are currently seeing. I want to thank Angualia's parents for working hard, extremely hard, to educate you. Honorable Bako said it used to take a village to raise up a child. From the information I got from my village, the parents really worked hard to make sure he got education